All right, everybody, we have a MotoStars video. We're going to be going over the plan method. I'm just going to briefly talk about some of this stuff, but we're going to watch some crashes and close calls so we don't make the same mistakes ourselves. So if you're a brand new rider, pay attention. We have closed captioning on. We're going to turn that off. We're going to be going over the Smart Rider motorcycle training system. We're using all the skills in the books that I sell in the shop. So you get a bunch of books. Okay, person wanted to come over. We're going to talk a little bit about open lane pattern. We're going to see that here. That's part of the plan method, like I said. All right, so same thing right there. That's an open lane pattern. So somebody, let's go back just a little bit. Our lane is moving because we're in the far left lane. It's the HOV. I guess you guys know this in California. They're stuck in traffic. They're going to want to go to the open lane. So whenever you're riding in something like this, the HOV or a lane that's moving, there's nothing like, and people are stuck, they're going to want to come in. So go ahead and put ourselves in a new position for safety over here because anybody coming from the other side might get close to us. We can swerve, brake, or accelerate. This one, I would just apply the brakes, let them in. It is what it is. Or do the swerve like that. Perfect. Either way, you do something other than rev bomb and hit mirrors, okay? All right, now that we got over that, check out all the links in the description for Cardo, for rock form. I use rock form for my phone mounts. Right here, we're gonna do, oh, he's crossing the gore area. So you see something weird like that, stay away from him. Don't fight for your lane, switch lanes, or accelerate out. Get out of there. Don't just like, I see it, I'm gonna just be next to him. All right, crazy, crazy fog. Oh, can't do much about a door. That's why as a smart rider, just in case we do crash, we have gear. So these are the principles we try to stick to. All right, here we go. Toy fan.
Impatient, the driver decided to overtake this ride in a safe manner.
Okay, it's a green light. We're going. We check both ways. We're moving through. Oh, idiot. Big idiot. Let the idiot be in front. I'm not hit. Shouldn't be doing that, but I'm not going to be near. Oh, my gosh. There's the shoulder right there. So let's go ahead and rescue. I think that was, one sec. I think that was a little bit of a fake fall. Yeah, his legs were still functioning, so that wasn't a sinkable episode. All right, learner rider. Okay, nice and easy around the corner. Oh, lost some traction on the front tire on something, so like a road surface hazard, so always be paying attention to that. Could have been gravel, oil, or whatever. Hey, it's a Prius. They always cause the problems, but let's see what happens here. We did the open lane. We switched over. They decided to move over. We're just, that was nothing. We kind of created that. So maybe don't be doing, oh, there's the side of the vehicle. So the plan method. There's the headlights right there. That's the side of the vehicle that indicates it is a hazardous situation because when you see sides of the vehicle, okay, not the back of it or the front, but the side of it, specifically the side, that's letting you know it's an intersection. The car's going like this, you're going like this, possibility of a crash. So whenever you see intersections and corners, hey, it's a hazardous situation. I should go ahead and check for any threats. And if there is a threat, I can only do three things. Swerve, brake, or accelerate. Here, he's going to go ahead and apply the brakes if he's not going to stop in time because total stopping distance is kind of affected here, where he needs a little bit more room to come to a stop. You can always switch it up. Hey, I'm applying the brakes. I'm not going to stop in time. I'm going to swerve to the right. Should the car have done that? No, I always talk about this. At the end of the day, who's responsible for you? So it always boils back down, it reduces back down to who can keep you safe. It's really just you. So that's why we're trying to learn how to ride a motorcycle and get all the slow speed drills and get the rescue booklet. Okay, and you get a rescue card with it. Nice little rescue card.
Out of South Street.
So this is when people can be remaining calm, ensuring their own safety, stop any major bleeds. Hey, we got firefighters on scene.
Yeah. What's your name?
Jacob.
Jacob. My name's Ryan. Fire department. Check you out, all right?
Okay.
What happened?
So right there. So what I'm trying to put, I don't want to pause it too much, but he's doing his assessment. Hey, what's your name? The guy actually was able to answer it. I don't know if it's right or wrong, but he's able to hear me. I asked for his name because if I'm like, what's your name? It's Tuesday. Well, there's something going on in the brain. But if he's like, my name's Jeff. My name is Jeff. It's like, okay, your name's Jeff. And so then he also did the other part of the assessment is he's asking for consent. It's like, hey, my name is this. I'm part of the fire department. I'd like to check you out. Okay. Hey, I got consent.
hit the back of a car, and I feel like I may have flipped over and landed on my back, maybe.
Okay.
So he's asking what happened, and he was able to say it because once again, it's like, hey, what happened? It's like, President Trump is the president. It's like, well, yeah, okay, but we're not here. We're not all here. So the fact that he's able to say something about like what just happened means that his brain is still kind of there, whether it's purely accurate, but he's able to say, hey, something happened.
Did you lose consciousness at all?
Nope.
Okay, Jake, what's your...
My question usually in that, I've tried that, and it's like some people don't know if they did, and so they'll say a blanket yes or no. So that's a closed-ended question. What I would be asking is, do you remember everything? Can you tell me what happened? Like, I already know what happened, but it's like, do you remember everything? And that's also kind of a closed-ended question, but at least it's like, no, then I can ask an open-ended.
birth date?
04/05/99.
04.
Quick on the response. What's your birth date? Very nice. That's also very important because if he's underage, we would have to call his guardian.
4/05/99?
Yeah.
What's your last name, Jacob?
Gardner.
Gardner.
Yeah.
All right.
And he's asking a lot of that stuff because the guy with the clipboard's writing it all down too. All right, moving on. Was they trying to hit me? A little bit of English here. All right, side of the vehicle pulling out. Okay, slowing it down. You saw them kind of coming out nice and slow in a parking lot. You just kept going straight. Kind of a weird thing to do. Oh, up and over. Up and over. There it is. So what happened there? Write it in the comments. Couldn't see too much of it, but probably, oh, geez, everyone's messed up. Let's go ahead and rescue as best we can. Remain calm ourselves. Pull off on the side of the road. And then stop any major bleeds. Oh, my Lanta. So you don't want to get hit by any vehicles. Remain calm. There you go. Pull over. Grab your trauma kit. Check the bodies. There's at least 2 patients. Okay, we're gonna look forward. Okay, this is a nice long one. That's what she said. Yeah, the main thing here is to rescue. First of all, don't try to get in an accident. But if something does happen, you want to be able to rescue somebody. So having that skill set, once again, it's part of the system. You get this card, so if you forget, you're like, oh crap, dropped it. You can be like, I need to remain calm, ensure my own safety. Okay, stop major bleeds. What's on the backside? Hey, some extra G-Wiz information. Let's make sure that they don't ride. If these has any of these symptoms, we need to get 911 or EMS on scene to assist, because if they are bleeding out or in a shocky symptom and a TBI, surgery and definitive care is what's going to solve that problem. Hopefully, because you never know. Bad accidents, people die. It is what it is. I've seen a lot of dead people. Here we go. GoPro crash. Okay, what, did the GoPro fall off? Boink. That sucks. That was back when they had the cages on the GoPros. They don't have that no more. Oh, let's fight it out, boy. She's getting in on it. Hey, I've told my girlfriend before, and I've told everybody, any woman that I've ever dated, it's like if for some reason I have to get into a fight to defend myself or you, please do not jump in. Please do not. Stay out. If I can't fight, then I can't fight. So it's my job to learn how to fight. It's my job I'm a black belt in Taekwondo, by the way. I was 9, 10 years old. But still, I can kick. I know front kicks very well. But if I have to fight, stay out of it. Stay out of it. The guy's going to hit you. He's going to clock you right in the face. He doesn't care. Same thing. I would do the same thing. If a woman was trying to attack me or my girlfriend, it's like, sorry, I don't care who you are. You're attacking someone that I care about. You're attacking me. You get a fist to your mouth. Simple. Oh, you should push. You should try to restrain. No, you're hitting me. I'm hitting you. Simple as that. But same thing. Stay out of it, because if I'm having to fight around you, you're reducing my ability to fight. So stay out of it. That's just how I believe and what I believe. It is what it is. I prefer not to fight, but it is what it is. What do we got here?
Aggression is and why it's sometimes worth.
So we moved over, let him through. Okay, just let the idiot be in front. Don't create any more issues. Don't create any more issues. Now we're next to them, so it's an easy side swipe. If the idiot's in front, you can adjust how you ride and stay away. Because the main thing, you have to think about the incentive for them to do this. They're pissed off because you guys are slowing them down or whatever, right? Let's just pretend you're slowing them down. It's like, I need to get where I need to go. I need to go home and take a dump. Like, it's so bad. It's coming out. It smells worse than a normal fart. I have to get home, and now you're slowing me down. I'm going to speed off, right? So the incentive is to speed away. So if they're in front of you, all you have to do is roll off your throttle and create a gap, and they're going to keep going. And you don't have to deal with them anymore. Simple. But speeding back up to get next to them and then do this, all they have to do is now hit you. It's like, I have to get home. I'm going to shit my pants. So just let them get home. Let them get home. I like using the word retarded. This is retarded. I don't think it's a bad word. I think it's a descriptive word that explains certain behaviors. I'm retarded sometimes. It is what it is. Sometimes it's easier. I don't have to think. That was incredibly. It's not even retarded anymore. It's incredibly stupid. This is a stupid man. It's a stupid man. Incredibly slow in the mind.
Yeah, that's right. So.
They always say that super view makes it look further away. It's a pretty rainy road. I get it as far away, but that was the side of the vehicle, another side of the vehicle. So let's slow it down. Slow it down. It's the surface of the road is gonna make it harder to brake anyways. So let's just slow it down. Okay. Passing on the right. Momento de cuida. Oh, what did we get caught on? Was it a shoe? No, there's something right here. Yeah, a piece of metal or something. So we're applying the brakes and we skidded on the metal. Damn, that sucks. That's one of the problems with having road debris like this. A lot of places in America, it's like we don't ever deal with like all this road debris because we have people that clean things and we just get lucky. Lady almost took me and my motorcycle out. Okay. Okay, nice little swerve, handled it. Perfect. Oh, it's sad music. Oh, it's so sad. What do we got? Nice little corner. Somebody pulled out. Okay. Sad. Nice and sad. All right, here we go. We have a intersection coming up. You saw the sign. We also see that stuff. Somebody's coming over. It's an open lane pattern. They didn't like being stuck behind them. They moved on. Diadem Diaries. Interesting name. Always watch out for champs. Okay. Always got to watch out for the champs. All right, switched over. Didn't want to be stuck behind them. Found an open lane. Switched over. Did that. Perfect. So you notice how we're so far behind everybody that it's not even a big deal? You can just watch. It's people watching. I like going to a bar by myself with my headphones in, listen to a podcast or listen to an audiobook, have 1 or 2 beers in 2 hours, have a nice little appetizer. And I like to watch. And not many idiots in there, but I like to watch and people watch. And I'm sitting on the end of the bar and I just get a nice view back to the thing so I can see the front door, all this other stuff, just kind of chill, relaxed, comfortable, watch. This is what it is. You're just sitting back here and watching. And then nothing's a problem because all these idiots are doing all these idiot stuff. And you're like, interesting. Dumb. What a champ. Not a big deal. But if we're super close, that's when it becomes a problem. Oh, that guy did the same thing right there. Yeah, same thing. But you notice how now it's a problem because we're up next to him? Don't be side by side. Be staggered with cars, like you're in a group ride with cars. Simple as that. answer your comments too. Yeah, 5 stars. All right,
we got a bike down.
Oh, we got a bike down. This is why I carry a trauma kit in my van too.
Right in the middle
Just
of
in
the road,
case.
too.
Because you're in the middle of nowhere and you can bleed out before anybody comes to help, other than maybe a bystander. And this is why I have this moral duty to act when it comes to helping somebody. This moral duty to act. Okay? And if there's no injuries, great. But if there were injuries, not so great. I want to make sure I can help. What do we got? Everything's good? So I'd be concerned about anybody coming around that corner. I'm running daily errands, nothing spectacular. Okay? We're going to make a nice, we're in the turn lane, perfectly fine. We're going to make a left-handed turn. We're going to practice our friction zone throttle control. Oh, I hate it when people do this. I hate it when people do this. When they're like, I'm going to let him in. It's like, no, you're creating a traffic jam. You're possibly going to get hit. Now you're forcing me to go quickly when other vehicles aren't as nice as you and they're going to be coming at me. Just go. I have patience. I will wait. You're creating a problem. This is why I don't do that either. Like, I don't let people in. Yeah, thank you anyway. Yeah. It's the same thing when I'm walking to the post office to deliver all these wonderful books to you guys, which we just got in order, by the way. When I walk and I cross the street, same thing. Like, no, don't stop. I have patience. I'm basically rucking 3 or 4 packages, and it's like I got a 3-mile round trip walk. I'm good. I planned this out. I'm fine. Just keep going. I don't want you to get hit. Now I got to stop and help you. I don't want to create problems. Just go. 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 With that said, I hope you guys ride safe, be safe, grab a slice of pizza, and I'll see you guys on the next live stream.